Hello YouTubers, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, this is going to be part 2 to my weight loss and diet that I was previously explaining to you in my other video, part 1. Now, I left off with when I was eating a limited amount of carbs of 7 to 10 carbs. Now, what I forgot to mention was that when I say 7 to 10 carbs, it was with whatever was in my meal. Each and every individual thing would be like between 7 to 10 carbs or whatever I was eating that day. Not just 7 to 10 carbs only in one day. No, that's not what I meant. But continuing on. Now, like I said, at this point, I was not craving those carbs and those sweets because I was just over the moon with the fact that I was losing so much weight. So I was like, okay, now at this point I'm probably at 150, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to lower my carb intake even lower. Oh, my nose is itching, I'm so sorry. So at this point I was like, okay, I'm going to lower it to no more than 5 to 7 carbs. Now again, I'm still dropping the pounds off, dropping them off, and I'm still crazy dancing, and I'm starting to walk more, and I had just recently moved, and I was looking and feeling so much better. I felt so much lighter, and I just felt just amazing, y'all. Amazing. Like, my face thinned out so much. My stomach was starting to flatten up. My thighs started to shrink. You know, my tatas actually got really small, but I wasn't arguing because I had 42 double D's that were killing my back at 260 pounds, and I do not miss them. Do not miss them. But anyhow, so at this point, like I had said, pounds are just falling off. Now, I'm skipping ahead a bit, but at this point, I'm living with my uncle, and we're living in a side-by-side duplex, you know, and I decided that I was going to start walking. So I started walking every single day, and it would be probably about a 30-minute walk, and that's what I started off with. And I did that for about 2 months, 3 months, walking every single day, and I absolutely loved it. You know, I was getting my butt toned up, my legs were getting toned up, my stomach was starting to get tightened up, and I'm like, alright, this is great. So I started to do 2 30-minute walks a day, and it moved on to 2 30-minute walks a day and 16 minutes of planking, squats, arm exercises. I mean, I did a whole lot. Like, I was working out and toning up so much, and I just literally went from 150 to 126. I mean, it just went by so quick. So quick. Now, I was able to maintain that weight for, oh wow, let's see, I think we lived there, my uncle and I, for 3 years, maybe a little more. I think it was 3 years, and I was able to maintain 126 with no problems, with low to no carbs. Actually, at this point, I was doing, so let me back up just a little bit more. I had went down to 5 carbs or less, and or I would try to do no carbs, trying to get to just maybe 1 carb or maybe 2 carbs, and also, like I said, looking at sugars and making sure that the sugars were low. But at this point, I'm like, man, this is amazing. I am feeling fantastic. Now, let's go back to the types of foods that I would eat. Now, I got asked a lot of times whenever I actually showed this thumbnail picture that is on this video on my Facebook page. I got asked, what is your secret? What did you do? What did you eat? I mean, I got asked loads of questions, so I'm going to answer these questions for you. Again, low to no carb foods. The lower you can get with carbs, the better. But if you're just starting out, start out at a reasonable amount of carbs before just jumping down, to 0 to 5 or anything lower than 5, because it's something that you kind of got to ease yourself into. So let's talk about meals. Protein. Chicken, fantastic. Lean. If you get chicken breast and it happens to have like that white fat ring around, what I would do is I would cut it off with kitchen shear scissors. Get rid of it. Beef. Again, if you got like a steak or stewed meats or whatever, cut out as much of the fat as you can. Get rid of it. Pitch it. Ground beef, get as lean as you can get. I mean, right now you're talking about $6 to $7 for 1 pound of ground beef, which is ridiculous. But as lean as possible. Another thing you can get that I actually really liked is ground chicken or ground turkey, which is a lot cheaper. I mean, you can get well, this was before all of the coronavirus and all this stuff was happening. You could get a pound of ground turkey for $1.98 to maybe $2 and something. Same with the chicken. You can eat fish. Fish is fantastic. It is wonderful to eat for you. It's got a lot of health benefits and it's really great for this diet. But I did not eat fish, except for tuna fish, because I just do not like fish. But fish is another great protein source. Tuna fish, however, has no carbs, no sugars, pretty much no nothing. It's just as plain as simple as that. It just is what it is. Now, pork. However, it is a protein and you can add it into your diet, but I am going to tell you that pork stays in your body for a very long time before it breaks down and is eliminated. And is probably the absolute worst meat out of all the meats that I just mentioned to eat. But however, you can do it, but I'm just letting you know little deets on why I don't eat pork. And I really don't care for it, to be honest. Now, sides. Vegetables. Any vegetable you want. Butter, you can even use. Butter is not bad. It's not high in carbs. You can use butter. I did, and I still was continuing to lose weight. Now, speaking of vegetables, I ate a lot of potatoes. Mashed potatoes. I would fry them up in butter, dice them up, fry them up in butter with onions. Now, potatoes are iffy. I know that I can eat potatoes and still lose weight, but I know there's other people in my family that can eat potatoes and they gain weight. So potatoes, you kind of gotta play around with to see if it works out for you or not. Now, sweets. fruit. And as much of it as you want. Now, yes, I know fruit has natural sugars and natural carbohydrates. So what? It never affected me. And I ate a lot of fruit. I could eat an entire watermelon. I had to go to the bathroom quite a bit, but never gained any weight. Snacks. Crunchy snacks. I know people who love potato chips. I am one of them. But what you can do is as a crunchy snack is eat peanuts. Now, you want plain peanuts or lightly salted, because salt can be a bad thing. But preferably for this diet, you want plain peanuts or mixed nuts. Another one is pork rinds. Pork rinds are protein. Another crunchy snack. I know some of you are like, ugh, pork rinds? Seriously, it is an option. Another one is popcorn. Popcorn seems to be high in fat, might be high in carbs, I can't remember exactly, but I actually could not stand popcorn. But ever since I had my daughter, I actually like popcorn, which is, you ladies know how your bodies change after you have your child. But I have been eating popcorn quite frequently and been losing weight still with eating popcorn. So that one's going to be a hit or miss, kind of like the potatoes with you. You kind of got to see what works with your body and what doesn't. Also, you can look up different recipes and things for a low carb snack that's suitable for what you like. Now, I know you're probably like, get on to the sweets. Okay, so there's a couple different things that you can do. You just kind of gotta be easy with it. Kind of watch what you're doing. First of all, fruits can be a sweet within itself. If you want it to be like a sweet go-to, fruits, bananas, really sweet, strawberry, sweet, blueberries, sweet. I mean, there's so many fruits out there. Just pick one. But I found a little hack for you. Now, I actually recently purchased a huge container. It's actually in my garbage right now, but I'm going to show you. And you're going to be like, what? Bam! Cool Whip, baby. And as you can see, it is empty. I just finished it off. Now, on the lid, which is over there somewhere, it says to freeze it and eat it like ice cream. That is what I do. Now, if you look at the back of this, let me focus my camera in again. Total carbs, we're just going to say 3 grams. And also, I never ever looked at percentages. Never. Only, oh my goodness, this is so funny with my camera being backwards. I only looked at the grams, never the percentages. And it has only 2 grams of sugar. Again, we do not look at calories. Calories do not count, even though it's only 25. But I freeze this, and I just eat it with a spoon. Let me focus myself back in once again. Oh, I just focused myself out. Okay. But if you like whipped cream, eat it like ice cream. Eat it with some fruit. I mean, make a fruit smoothie and add you some whipped cream into it. It is delicious. My mom actually made one with whipped cream and mangoes, and it was amazing. I mean, that's one hack. Okay. Now, when it comes to sweets on a carb diet, you are very, 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 very limited. You pretty much gotta say bye-bye to the sweets until you get to your desired weight. Once you get to your desired weight and you have your exercise type routine figured out, then you can start going in and eating a few higher carb things here and there. My suggestion to you is to not eat higher than in one serving of something, no higher than 10 carbs. Now, what I did notice is when I got to the weight of 126, I could get away with eating like a Snickers bar, you know, for one day, and maybe a Snickers bar, or whatever, like 2 days later or something like that. And with all the working out and walking and exercising that I was doing, and still maintaining the actual foods that I eat being low to no carb, that I wouldn't gain any weight. But you don't want to get too excited and then overdo it. You know, you want to, it's just like easing into a carb diet. You want to ease slowly back into your sweets, but do not overdo it, because you're going to regret it. You're going to get used to that, ooh, yummy goodness, and you're going to be like, ooh, I just want this, ooh, just a little bit more, ooh, just a little bit more, and then you're just going to pack all those pounds right back on. You got to have willpower. You've got to be headstrong. You've got to be self-disciplined. I mean, that's where it's at. You have to be self-disciplined. Now, this diet is just so freaking fantastic, and it works so well. And I know, I'm sorry that I was trying to get dirt off of my mirror. I know that there's probably questions that you want to ask me. Feel free to ask them in the comment section, and I will answer them to my best abilities, because I probably missed a few things and some more pointers or whatnot. But right now, or excuse me, I should say, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I weighed 180. After I had her, I dropped down to probably 150. But my body was still out of whack, and I was still wanting to eat all the crap that I was eating when I was pregnant, that I bounced up to 170. And I was ranging from 172 to about 175 or 177. I can't remember exactly. Now, I was stuck at 172. Like, and this was recently, I was stuck at 172, and I was just plateaued there. I just could not, it would not budge. But as I, got back onto the bandwagon of the diet that I just told you about, the low to no carb diet, and started eating more vegetables and fruits and healthier, and taking my fiber supplements, and I do not drink coffee now. For some reason now I just cannot stand it. But eating my berries and getting my antioxidants going through my body and everything. Let's see. Actually, let me look at my calendar real quick here. I can give you a better idea. my weights written down. Oh, there they go. Okay. So, I would say from May 10th until about May 17th is when I started my diet again. And I also work, so I don't exercise now. I work for 8 hours. So from May 10th to about May 17th, I was stuck at like 172. Now, I didn't check my weight again until May 21st, and I dropped down to 166.0. And then I didn't weigh myself again until the 24th, and I was 165.2. And I didn't put my weights in since then, but I know because I weighed myself, which is now 2 a.m., but yesterday morning, I am 157.6, I think it was. So, with just getting back onto my diet, getting over that hump that I was stuck on, let's see. I've lost 15 pounds. That quick. So, I'm telling you guys, this diet works. If you want a good diet, do the low to no carb diet. Only pay attention on everything that you buy, the carbs and the sugars, and try to keep them at the beginning 15 carbs or lower, and slowly work your way down to cutting back your carb intake on the products that you're buying, so that you can see the results for yourself. Another tip that I want to give to you is to take pictures. Take pictures of the before and take another picture a week later, because that gives you a difference in your size for that week, and it also keeps you on your diet so that you don't change it, because you're like, okay, I look this way, I want to see how I look this, on this day a week later. And when you weigh yourself, always weigh yourself first thing in the morning after you've gone to the bathroom. Do not eat anything, do not drink anything, and do not have any clothes on. I mean, struck naked, no food, nothing in your system. Weigh yourself. That is your exact weight. Don't weigh yourself later on in the day after you've eaten. Don't weigh yourself before you go to bed. It's not right. Not having your clothes on, because they could be heavy, they could be light, it doesn't matter. Weigh yourself without your clothes on in the morning after you've gone to the bathroom. Best thing to do. And don't check your weight every day, because if you don't see yourself dropping weight when you start at the beginning, you're going to get discouraged. Weigh yourself at the end of the week. Each time at the end of the week, along with your pictures, because you will see the difference as you're going along, and it'll keep you on track. It'll keep you on track. However, that is my weight loss, diet, exercise, beginning to end, starting over, the pounds I've lost since I've started over, video. There may be a part 3 if I go over this and I forgot to mention something to you, but if you have any questions, please ask in the comment section below, and I will do my best to answer them. I strongly encourage this diet if you really are dedicated and serious about losing weight, but make sure, like I said, to talk to your doctor, to talk to your dietitian, to talk to whoever, because some people have health problems and health issues, and they cannot do this diet. So with that being said, thank you for watching. I am now up to 10 subscribers. I need more, however, please and thank you. And I still need watch time hours. So please like and subscribe. And I thank you for watching. Bye.